Welcome back to the Fatherhood. Chad the Dad, Pete Rock. What's good?
What's going on, man? I feel good. Just got out of a couple dirty crawl spaces and ready to shoot the breeze, man.
Man, podcasting must feel great after a couple crawl spaces.
Oh my gosh. One day we'll put up my work environment on the screen and you guys will be like, nope, not doing it. But yeah, man, how are you?
To see that. We need to get a day in the life of Pete Rock. We'll get it up on social media. We'll get some clips out there. You might go viral on TikTok, dude. That might be your calling.
Somebody want to follow me around?
I mean, I might. I don't have a job, so why not? I mean, that might work out well for us. I'll follow you around. I'm not going to go in the crawl space, but we can get you a little snake camera, maybe some of those meta glasses you could wear down there. And, bro, I'm telling you, the stuff I see on TikTok, man, someone would genuinely want to watch that. I sat and watched for an hour the other day. Some dude in his crawl space, he's got a bunch of sand and dirt down there, and he's driving remote control bulldozers and just filming it on TikTok. It's just watching the bulldozers put sand in the bottom of a dump truck. He's sitting in his crawl space and just streaming on TikTok. I watched it for like an hour, dude.
Don't do that. Sand, you don't want it. That's a thing we warn against. Right? It's not a magic trick. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's pretty tight where I go. I go in some real tight spaces. I think the one today had a max height of about 18 or 19 inches. Sure is nice to be here sitting with you, sir. But yeah, what's going on, buddy? Let's do this thing.
Not much, man. Just getting through the heat of the summer, literally hot as can be in Raleigh. Better than the rain we've had, so I can't complain, man. But before we jump in the show, I do have some very exciting news to share with the audience. And I know you vaguely know him, but I know a lot of our audience does know him. But he officially knows now. I know I've talked to a lot of people, and it was a little bit of a secret. So we were kind of keeping it on the DL for a while. But now I can officially announce it. And that my father, is going to have the Capitol High School soccer field in Charleston, West Virginia, named after him. The name will be Pete Meszaros Athletic Field. Huge honor for my dad. Very excited. Talked to him. A little emotional on his side. I don't think he was expecting this, but yeah, I mean, he was my soccer coach. So my last season was 1998. So he coached from 1990 to 1998. 133 wins, 2 state championships, including my senior year. We had, 10 seniors that started. Whitney, who you know, was our only player on our team that was not a senior. So my dad, as we were kind of going through the season, said, you know what, boys, this is my last run at it too. We won the state championship, ended up number 14 in the USA Today magazine or newspaper. But yeah, just got word that they're going to name the field after him. So there's going to be a celebration on August 19th. Unfortunately, it is a Wednesday night, so a little tough for the out-of-towners. But I'm taking the kids up there, making a trip of it. It will be for the Capitol High School home opener or season opener, I guess, technically against Princeton. So huge honor for my dad. Could not be happier. This has been in the works for a couple of years. Shout out to Cody Freeze, who's the Capitol High School soccer coach and played on our state championship team. He was very instrumental with this, along with a gang of others. John Anderson, the new principal at Capitol as well. So shout out to everybody that made it happen. Very excited to be able to celebrate my dad. And yeah, it's going to be a very emotional evening for sure, but cannot wait to get up there.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, and standing up for the Peters out there, man. The General Pete Meszaros, dude. So he's 1998 West Virginia Soccer Coach of the Year. His son was on the team, state championship. What a freaking dream!
Yeah,
I'm gonna get back into coaching. I just checked the box to be an assistant coach for my little CC's softball 9U. So I'm gonna warm back up. Last time I coached, I think it was coach pitch T-ball. It's torture, but yeah, that's amazing, dude. Shout out to him. That's pretty cool. Love the name.
Nothing like a shout out to Pete from Pete. So no, it'll be good, man. I also thought I would always be a coach my entire life, and I don't think it's too late. I also did a little pre-K assistant coach last year, and I don't think I'm quite there. I don't think that's the age range I need to be coaching. I mean, I was breaking up fights day one. There was a lot of tears. My own daughter wasn't even on the field. I had to go find her. There was a lot going on, but I would love to follow in my dad's footsteps at some point. But I think maybe maybe I need to wait, age up a little bit. I don't think pre-K is my calling. But we did have some skills by the end of it, though. We got a little better.
Yeah. My first coaching, it was also like, it was this league, it was a Wilders Grove League here in North Carolina. I feel like the dude had access to the field and just started a league and got all these kids to pay $175. Didn't have a coach for the teams. There was 4 teams of was supposed to be like 12 kids. Turned out to be like 4 and 5 in some of them. And we had a game at like 7 in the morning on a Saturday. Mind you, I bartended and I probably didn't go to sleep till 4 a.m. And my son wouldn't eat, and then he'd get out there and it was starving. It was the worst experience ever. So you're good pumping the brakes there. I think I coached for another 5 years until I took a break. So yeah, give it some time, dude. You got plenty of time. Plenty.
Yeah, we'll see how things progress, but I can definitely see myself getting into coaching, something I always want to do for sure. So anyway, again, congrats to my dad. Looking forward to that. I hope I've sent a lot of people messages. We got some people sending in some videos. He's going to be expecting something from the Pittsburgh Steelers, just sending them something directly to his house. So a lot of people are very excited about this. And, it's going to be a fun 2 weeks kind of getting that ready. So with that being said, let's jump over to, I think, our favorite segment here. I mean, this is what what's trending. I think we've even had some sponsorship opportunities for the What's Trending section. I mean, Pete, you know anything about that?
Yeah, this the What's Trending is sponsored by Custom Patch Hats. We're fresh gear made daily, man. Top notch gear, the best hats for any head. So custompatchhats.com. They design your patch, they'll make it, they'll put it on any hat. Phenomenal. Check them out.
I believe they do some t-shirts as well, correct?
They do all sorts of apparel, man. They make gear. And I know how they operate on the inside. I've seen, I'm at the warehouse all the time. What a work environment for those employees too. Just want to say that out there. So check them out. Great company. Yeah. Custom Patch Hats.
Shout out. Custom Patch Hats sponsoring What's Trending. So with that, Pete, let me share the screen. We're going to jump into the first video, and this is a trend that's kind of been going around social media. They're a little poking fun at it a little bit on this clip that I'm going to show you, but I'll kind of break it down. Let's play this real quick.
I feel like my feed on Instagram is just always about how fleeting our time with our children is. It's just like frightening post after frightening post about how you have 18 summers with these people.
I didn't know it was the last time I would pick him up.
Exactly. It's
Jesus Christ.
These haunting things about these wonderful children that I love. And so I really want to be able to hang with them and be with them in a real way where they look back at it and they're like, how was mom able to do that? But then also do be there for us so much of the
Yeah.
So the trend is, you probably picked up from that, and I've seen this so much, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Is this whole, you only have 18 summers with your kids, which is technically true, in theory. What are your thoughts on that? And I mean, is it depressing? Is it a little bit, I don't know. I just can't wrap my head around if I like it or I hate it.
18 summers. I mean, what's the end game? What happens at 18? If you spend, I mean, I don't plan on my kids disappearing at 18, but also why are we always looking at the end, man? Why can't we enjoy the time we're in? And who are you telling? That's what I don't get. Who are you telling that you only have 18 summers? I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, I think the thought process is meaning that, hey, when they turn 18, they become an adult, maybe go to college, maybe move out. I mean, it seems like that happens a lot less these days. But I think that's kind of the thought, and and I think the point is hey, you got to enjoy every moment. But man, I'm with my kids nonstop every day, and I do enjoy it, but they still drive me a little crazy at times. But also I agree, man. Why are we always counting everything down, man? I don't know. I don't think does it make you feel guilty? Does it make you feel more present? I mean, I don't think it does. I think it just makes me more depressed. I think you just enjoy every day by day, personally.
Some of the best times are, you got 18 summers. Some of the best times are on a random, I don't know. I guess I engage with my kids so much that, we don't do much around here. We don't travel a lot. I'm not, it's the summertime, we got to do our vacation. We're going to get to vacations at some point in my life, in their life. Right. We've taken some, obviously, but like a vacation, like, oh, we only have 18 summers to do this vacation, or however many summers left. Like, how does that vacation turn out? Like, is it a major headache packet? Like, most fun I have is right here, dude, right here in our, castle, just enjoying every day and like looking forward to things that are happening at the end of the week, or, but also really trying to make the best of the moment. I mean, I guess that's kind of, I'm like, what can we do right now? All right, I got everybody, I got all of them right here now. There's 4 colors in a sorry game, like, except Mabel will be on my team because it'd be tough. But yeah, I mean, I hate the countdowns, and I've said it before. Like, why are we always looking to the end or looking to the next thing? Like, enjoy the moment, let it happen. Like, yeah, it will happen. Like, it'll happen, whatever it is. Just
it's funny because I was actually talking to my dad this week. Obviously talking about the big news, but I made a comment about how when we were kids, we went on family vacations at least once a summer for the most part. Went down the beach, whatever it may be. But like one summer we took one of my friends. Like, we're coming back from the beach, coming back from Hilton Head, I believe it was, and our car broke down in Bland, Virginia. I don't know much about Bland, Virginia. They have about maybe a stoplight, maybe 2 gas stations. There's not a lot in Bland, Virginia, but shout out to anyone from Bland watching. Not no disrespect, but we were driving back. Our minivan at the time broke down. I mean, it was done. My buddy's mom came, picked us all up, and we got back. But I have to drive by Bland, Virginia every time I go home from Raleigh to West Virginia, and I think about that, and I've told that story, and I've laughed about that every time I've driven by Bland, Virginia, at least 200 times over my lifetime. And that is it was the worst possible thing that could happen on a vacation is your car broke down and it is completely totaled. We never saw that minivan again, but yet that is the one memory that I have of my childhood that I like, absolutely, for some reason I cherish it. I think it's the funniest thing ever. And it's just the best story. And it's just, that just says a lot about what our kids are soaking in. What do they actually remember? And I don't think parents put too much pressure to do like the perfect moments. Like, it's the non-perfect moments that end up being the memories.
We Christmas Eve. So I had a very blended family. Like, stepdad, on my mom's side, I had my stepdad. I had a stepbrother, stepsister, and me and my sister. And I think maybe been like 13, 14 years old. We used to go to Buffalo and then drive back from Buffalo to Rochester to do our Christmas on Christmas night or something. I can't remember. But we broke down on the way back, dude. And I was like, what? Like, if we wound up getting pulled up on the back of a tow truck, my brother, my 2 sisters, and my mom rode back in the minivan, Pontiac Transport SE. Some of you may remember that, me behind the wheel of that bad Larry. But we rode back on the back of that pickup truck, and my stepsister was crying the whole way, and we were just having a gale time. I mean, it was a little cold because it was freezing, but it was quite the ride. I mean, I'm like, sweet, man, like, nothing can happen to this car I'm in, except something can happen to the car that's carrying the car I'm in. But you just, as a kid, you feel like you're on some sort of rocket ship or something. But it was great. I mean, yeah, dude, sometimes the biggest debacles, and that's what I'm saying, like, pump the brakes before something goes wrong. If something doesn't go as expected, I used to like lose. I could like lose my cool too, but now you gotta, like, it is what it is, man. And if you can, you'll really look like a hero to your kids if you can find a way to make the best of a bad moment. Like, if you can keep your cool, they'll be like, what? And then they keep their cool, and then it becomes a memory. So. Let things happen. Enjoy the mistakes. Enjoy the breakdowns. But if you need help, call AAA or something. Yeah.
Agreed, man. Well said. And like I say that quite a bit too. I try to remind myself every day, and I've been, I think, a lot better about that lately. It's how you react to situations. It's not about the actual situation you're in. The situation you're in, for the most part, it's probably not that bad, but it's going to be how you react. And like you said, and then we talk about also our kids are sponges. So how I'm reacting to situations, like I said, from losing my job to doing this. And like I said, they're going to pick up what you're doing and how you react. And I agree. I try to do that as well. So well said on that. So let's flip the switch. This is a good one too. Kind of curious your thoughts on this. So a pretty straightforward video, but basically a door-to-door salesman knocked on this gentleman's door about 9:30 at night, and he had a toddler sleeping. So let's pull that up real quick.
What are y'all doing? Yeah, dude, that's not an excuse. It's 9:30 at night. My 1.5-year-old is asleep. If you don't ring my doorbell, brother, you had something coming. That's ridiculous.
So, I mean,
What an animal! What an
I mean,
animal!
what do you think about that? I mean, I thought he handled it maybe better than I would.
Yeah,
personally.
I mean, he handled it well. He handled it well. I don't know why the dude's knocking on the door. I've got people knocking on my door often sometimes too. It sucks, and they're hard to get away from. I'll be back, But he handled it. I mean, he handled it well. I mean, my favorite animal is my husband. That's such a corny line, but what was he going to do if he did ring said doorbell? What would have been coming is what I'm curious about. That animal would have unleashed some hell. And
I mean, how late is too late to be knocking on somebody's door, though?
8, phone, 9. When we're talking work, 8 o'clock. It can still be nice out. That's when they're, that's their time to do what they do. Hang the sign up that says no solicitors. Yeah,
we actually have a sign on our door that says, please don't knock or ring door. I think it's please don't knock. We have a sleeping baby and a loud ass dog, and we don't have babies anymore, but we've had that since they were babies. And I always give people little props when they read the sign and then they refuse the knock or they refuse to do anything else. So props to the people that actually read the sign. It's a little weathered, so it's a little harder to read now, but we still got it up there. And some people, and we have a Ring doorbell, or not? Was it Ring or Google Home? And it doesn't ring inside anyway, so you can just press it all you want. It's not going to make any noise because it's 2026. Why are you knocking on little doors? What are we doing?
I knock on doors every day. I go up to homeowners every single day to their door and knock. But I mean, if there's signage, I'm reading it. I'm scanning the whole place when I'm walking up, right? And,
but not at 9:30 at night.
Not at 9:30. That's true. But yeah, I mean, read the signs, I guess. Yeah, but you got to read the signs. I'm trying to think here. The whole 9:30 at night threw me off. Yeah. So if we're going back to that, that's way too late.
Yeah.
Way too late.
I feel like if it's dark, don't knock on the door. If it's dark out, man, like it's especially like I got kids that I'm not coming to the door I'm not coming to the door in the daytime either, but I'm definitely not coming at night.
Yeah. Oh God, I wish I could just think of some of the signs. I wish they were at the top of my head right now. Some of the signs I see when I go out in the country, boy, and you see some signs, you see some unique ones, and I'm going to start remembering them. I'm going to start taking a picture of them.
I like it. We should start that. But
8 o'clock for the doorbell, 9 o'clock for the phone, if we're talking business.
Yeah.
Right.
Call the phone whenever. I mean, I'm probably not picking that up either, but I don't have your number.
Unless you're invited. I tell people, call, like, hey, look, tonight is my night. Like, I wake up at 6 and I start working until I close my computer at 10:30. It's one of those days. So you can call me. If that's one thing. Call me late. But like after 9, 8 o'clock's fine. For the phone.
I would agree.
Settled. We're settled.
All right. Well, I'm glad we came to agreement on that.
Yep.
The last video I had for you, a little bit of a wholesome thing, and this is a much larger trend. Obviously, we don't have all the time in the world tonight, so I just picked one of my favorites. Very cute, but it's this new trend.
Ooh.
Parents are pretending to test their camera. They're actually filming their kid, but their kid thinks they're just kind of messing with the camera, that they're not. It's like not on yet, and they start talking to their kid and telling their kids that they're their favorite person. So it's a very large trend. Millions of people watch these videos. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here. It's very cute.
Right there. Don't. Okay, so today I'm going to make a video about my favorite person in the whole wide world. And that's my daughter, Journey. She is my favorite person in the whole wide world, and I love her so much.
Thank you.
I love it.
That's a tearjerker, right?
That's a trend I can get on board with. So my kids would be like, "You're recording, jerk." But But yeah, that's adorable. And the way her grin just opened up and then that it closed with that smitten look, dude, that was big fan of adorable stuff, dude. I love cuteness.
I knew you were gonna love that one, dude. I was going through a couple different, because there's a lot of them. You could, I mean, a lot of people are doing this trend. And I like it because it's got that candid camera. So it's not like a forced reaction. Your kid's not, I throw the camera on my kid. He's like, I gotta go in the other room. Like you're filming me. Like
I gotta act like an ape.
But no, it brings up a few points when it comes to dads too. So obviously, I mean, I know I do this, and I think I might have even talked this on the show. Is I tell my kids I love them at least 100 times a day, and I think we came from an era with my dad who, it wasn't like, hey, I love you, or hey, I'm proud of you. Like, it's just the way they were brought up, and it's a little bit different. But I mean, I know how you feel about this because I've been around you and your kids. But I mean, do you think dads in general tell their kids that enough these days? I mean, I think we're getting better at it, but I think that's been something in the past maybe that wasn't just. It's kind of that tough guy exterior. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, dude, yeah. My 14-year-old tells me he loves me a million times a day, dude. With every little line he ends, he says it. I'm just like, I love this kid, And I tell my kids all the time, yeah, they need to hear it, for sure. But yeah, I mean, dude, there's that stigma, man. Like, man can't show emotion, or he doesn't. Just whatever the reason was, it was dumb, and it doesn't make. Honestly, I can't imagine they're happy, right? Like so, yeah. I mean, I tell my kids I love them all the time, and we're certainly doing it better. I mean, I know I'm obnoxious with how much more I'm doing it, but I know my dad loved me, and I know my mom loved me, and I know they said it. But it certainly wasn't hammering home the most important thing, right? Like they hammer home the lessons but you got to hammer home that you love them too. So when something hard does come out, or something that you don't want to, they know, and then you double down, you tell them again, and they're like, hey, look, I'm just speaking with you, blah 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 blah, and yeah, kids get it, and they can start taking the no's better when they come, and just let them know, dude. Just let them know over and over and over and over, and then they're gonna start doing it back to you, and you're gonna have a bond that can't be broken. So,
agreed. I mean, do you think some dads, and I think this a lot, and I would even say I'm probably guilty of it even at times, but I mean, do you think some dads are just better at showing love than actually saying it? Because again, it wasn't something that, as we were younger, that was just really, I think a lot of dads like, oh, I'm taking them to my game. I'm buying them the things they want. Like, and I think like a lot of dads go that route, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But I think, I mean, I personally think that, but I want to get your thoughts on if you think dads kind of show it a little bit more than say it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to find moms that do the same. I think everybody shows their love in different ways. But I mean, you could explain yourself to a child and be like, hey, sometimes I have a hard time, but I just want, I don't know. I mean, I guess I communicate with my kids a lot, but I absolutely think that. But and then there's also, that might be the only way they know how, right? It's more comfortable for them. But there's also got to be that, that spoken affirmation, there's got to be that, man. And it feels good. If you can't do it, and you're better off just kind of spoiling the kids because you're not around, not this and that. And you're whatever it is, you feel bad. How can I tell them I love them when I'm always out going on business? If that's, just do it, dude. You'll feel good. And, they might not react, but man, it's going to freaking be I don't know, it's going to feel like a treasure to them inside, and they're not going to forget it.
Like that TikTok just now, we saw with the kid. I mean, how much her emotions change when you're just, you're saying your favorite person. Like, I mean, I think that happens every day with kids, because a lot of times we're just riding around, hey, love you, bud. But like, it's hitting them, like, in their face probably is lighting up. So, no, I agree. I think the verbal affirmation, I guess, would be a good way to put it. Huge. And I, like I said, I know we both do it, but I think a lot of people, it's one thing. I think everyone could work on a little bit. And again, it goes all back to, I've said it a billion times. I'll probably say it a billion more. It's everything in the world comes down to communication. And that doesn't have to be just having tough conversations or just, talking when things are bad. It's also talking about when things are good and just being able to communicate back and forth. And that's a big part of it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a cornball, man. I mean, I'm always saying stupid stuff and catching the kids off guard and laughing, but I probably say I love you more than anything. And I think my kids say it to me more than anything. So it's great.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing better to hear my 5-year-old day. Dada, I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, man.
God,
I love you too, bro. I love you too, bro. So I'm glad we're out here talking about this, but I think we're definitely on the same page on that. That is,
man.
I'm more sure on something, but
almost.
Always good to talk about.
I'll melt. I'm a sucker.
So jumping over, I mean, another good segue over to a little dad advice of the week. So I mean, I don't think we necessarily have any dad advice, but just I had a couple questions I thought we could bounce through and just kind of talk about. Well, the one kind of going on the theme of the show, I think the overall theme is just kind of making those memories that, the kids are going to remember, kind of not putting too much stress on ourselves. But what do you hope your kids remember about this stage of their life?
That I was Superman. That I did everything I could. That I sacrificed all the things they like. When they get old enough to realize, and they're like, well, damn, I love having a boyfriend or girlfriend, like this and that. Why hasn't dad? All the sacrifices I've made to make sure that I was there for them that whole time, dude. They're going to notice. And right now it's what I want to do, I mean, it's what I want to do, period. And right now it's what I got to do too. But yeah, that I did everything I could, that I crawled through crawl spaces some days for 12 hours in mold and rusty nails and water and sewage to make sure that they had everything they needed. And they'll realize it, and I'll be paid back. I know it. I
mean, when people say my dad climbed through shit to get to where he's at, most time they're just kind of talking a little crazy. But for you, feel like you did, dude. And I think you're doing a great job personally. And I do love that, man. I know I talk to you every day pretty much. So I know the days and the good days, the bad days. And I hear you, man. And I truly believe being around your kids enough that I think they certainly see it. I know with Repeat being the oldest, I know he 100% sees how hard you're working.
Yeah.
So keep up the good work, man. But no, I would agree. I mean, I think for myself, it's just I want my kids to know I was always there for them. Like I've talked about it again with my dad. Obviously, getting honored for Coach of the Year, and I know my dad loves me, and my dad was a great dad. But there was a lot of nights that he wasn't there because he was busy. He was helping shape the youth of West Virginia. To be fair, he was a coach for 50 years of every sport, and again, he obviously had such an impact on so many people's lives, including myself. But there were days where, I do remember hanging out with my mom and my sister a lot because he was just, at practice, at a game, watching film, So, I hope my kids just look back and my dad was always there. He always gave his effort, never gave up. I tell my kid that every day, life's going to throw you curveballs, bro. But just stay in the batter's box, man. You're going to get one. And I think hopefully I can be that, resilience that they've seen and kind of feed off of. And again, kind of how I react to things. I've changed that a lot. And I think not drinking as much alcohol has definitely helped me with that for sure, and some of that clarity. But being able to, just not overreact to situations. And it just is amazing how much level my stress has gone down by not overreacting to every little thing. So I hope that they remember. Again, I tried to keep that calm and cool demeanor as much as I could. I loved them. I was there for them. And like I said, if they remember those three things, then, my job is done.
Yeah. My daddy was home every single day. Said no kid before this generation. But that's cool, man. I mean, I wish I could work from home sometimes. I don't have a crawl space, so I can't. I can only work under homes. No, just kidding. But yeah, anyway.
Awesome. No, I agree. So we'll keep it moving along. We'll lighten it up a little bit and get over to my favorite segment. And we're getting closer and closer, but bringing it over to Sports Corner with our 8-seamer baseball, always sponsored by Rollywood Hobby Family. If you haven't checked us out on eBay, we also have a brand new Facebook page, and we refired up the Instagram page. I made my first card sale on Facebook today. Wasn't too sure about it at first, but the guys seemed legit. We did some transactions. We did a little PayPal. I sent it out. I do keep most sales on eBay, but I can certainly see the lack of fees involved, why people kind of go that Facebook route. But he reached out to our new Facebook page, sent me a message. One of my Lamar Jackson rookie card, neon green, BGS 9.5, which is basically the same as the PSA 10. That's kind of the highest grade for the most part you can get with BGS. So mint card, Lamar Jackson. Had that card for quite some time, and he came at me, sending me a message, had a Lamar Jackson profile picture, and even though I'm a Steelers fan, I said, you know what? I think you deserve this card for a better deal because you clearly are a fan. And maybe he just changes his profile picture to whoever he's trying to buy a card for, and if he did, props to him because he got me. Worked out a good deal with him. Awesome transaction. So, check us out. Rollywood Hobby Family, eBay, Facebook.
I gotta like it on Facebook. I think I do like it on Facebook.
I think you are. We have about 10 followers, sir, and I think you're one of them. So you're about 10% of our followers on Facebook. But we're just getting started. We're just cracking the surface with some of that.
Been there since the beginning.
Yeah. So the other thing, just so as part of kind of the celebration for my dad, we started kind of looking at the calendar, and we're like, well, we're already driving up north, like kind of going back to making some of those core memories we've been talking about all show. I was like, I've been kind of wanting to take my kids to a Pittsburgh Pirates game. I used to go to Steelers training camp every year. I haven't been in probably 20 years. So I started kind of asking around, and so I was talking to my friend who works for the Steelers. She's like, well, if you ever do come to camp, you can get some guest passes. So I said, well, that's starting to, and the Pirates happen to be at home. So this all came about in the last 24 to 48 hours, but now we are taking the kids early. We are going to drive all the way to Pittsburgh. Well, I think we'll stop in Morgantown for maybe an evening, and then we will drive to Latrobe, Pennsylvania, to see the Pittsburgh Steelers training camp on that Monday. It's the last day of camp, so we get the last day. Hopefully, we can avoid some weather because that's always my concern in the middle of August up that way. But
Latrobe,
PA. You familiar with Latrobe? I think the home of was it Rolling Rock? Yeah, I think
Rolling Rock.
Yeah.
Rolling Rock.
But yeah, I'm excited about that. I mean, kids, I'm assuming these guest passes probably have a little better experience than just the people that are allowed to just come to camp. So it might even be a little bit down on the field. I'm not really sure what those entail yet. But I'm very excited. My son is already flipping through football cards, and I've been using football cards as flashcards so he can name all the Steelers because I don't want like TJ Watt walking up to him and he not know who the heck the guy is. So but I'm proud of him. He's like, I need to learn all the Steelers before we go. And I was like, yeah, man, you really do need to learn that. That'd be a real bad fail if you can name every soccer player in the World Cup, but you can't name a Pittsburgh Steeler when you're at camp. But excited for that. And then the next night, we're going to go to the first Pittsburgh Pirates game against the Detroit Tigers. And that's going to be very exciting. Taking my kids to their first baseball game. Might take my dad with me. I don't know if he's up for that much travel, but I had to at least invite him. But my kids are very excited for the pierogi race. Are you familiar with the pierogi race, Pete? It happens at PNC Park every game.
Are they people in giant pierogi outfits?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
I was wondering how those things were going to get around, but I think I've seen something maybe on Sports Center back when they used to show stuff like that.
Yeah,
But tell me about it.
Yeah, so pierogi rice is my kid's favorite. We have every stuffy of the pierogies, but you have sauerkraut saw, jalapeno Hannah. Now I'm drawing a blank on the others.
Hannah with a J?
No, Hannah with a H. Who else do they got? I'm drawing a blank being on the spot, but yeah.
Kobe Island Carl.
They are. Oliver Onion, another one. Pizza Penny made an appearance for a while. There's.
You remember Garlic Gary? God, that dude, bro.
That would be a good one.
He dominated for a season, but
about fifth inning, I believe it's fifth inning, mid fifth, I believe they race around the field. It is humans in mascot like pierogi uniforms. My kids absolutely them, and I was like, I got to get them up there to watch these Brogies before they get too old to think it's cool, which is they are have been obsessed. We have all of the stuff. He's flying around the house all the time. So besides the Brogies, obviously the Pittsburgh Parrot, one of my favorite mascots of all time. But yeah, so what? I mean, again, we're talking about core memories. What was the first sporting event you attended, Pete? And do you remember that as a child? What game and where it was at?
Oh yeah, I do. I think it was like 1988 or 89. I think it was 89. My old man worked at Kodak, my real dad, and he had a friend who had a son. They were big Browns fans, and we drove I-90 from the Rock down to Cleveland. And before we did that, we went over to his buddy's house, and him and his son lived in this like remodeled like ranch. And this is 37 years ago. And I remember this, but I just remember it being so cool. They were card collectors. He had like tons of comic books, just figurines. It was just like, I was in awe because, you know, I didn't have much growing up, and I was just like, this is wild. I didn't know kids lived like this. But anyway, we wound up driving down to Cleveland. I remember walking through the streets of Cleveland to the old Dog Pound Stadium. I remember it just kind of being like this long road full of people and this old ass Coliseum looking building. And we sat, it was definitely the lower level. I don't know if there were two levels, but we sat probably about 10-yard line on one of the sides. Again, I don't remember where, but this was Kosar Elway, but not the Kosar Elway. You remember Bernie Kosar looked like he was stepping on like Barbie shoes when he was coming under center.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, and so I remember seeing that. Not a single touchdown in that game. I believe it was 12-9, and I'd have to look it up, see how accurate I am with this. But I remember the Broncos won. I remember this raging Denver Broncos fan had his face painted. He had the old Denver hat. He had the starter pullover. And I had never been to a game, and I was like, whoa, they let other fans, they let other teams' fans in here? I'm like, oh my God, this guy's going to get murdered. Like, I was just thinking this dude was going to get killed because he was just loud amongst the dogs. And yeah, that was it. I just remember the place being a dump, dude, just an absolute dump. And I remember paint peeling everywhere. It just seemed like a structure, like Silver Stadium before the Rochester Red Wings played at Frontier Field or whatever it is now. I just remember that stadium being just like a bunch of metal put together to hold a sporting event. But let me talk about Cleveland, because it's not that bad. I did go back for Michael Strahan's induction, Andre Reed's induction, which is another wild banana story. But I love Cleveland, man. No offense, Chad. You know, I know there's a little some nerve endings there, but Cleveland was cool, man. I love it.
So I will admit, and I don't like to admit this, especially in front of all our viewers here, but the city of Cleveland, pretty cool. Hate the sports teams, root against. But no, I went there with back when I was a senior in college. I was a sport management major. We actually went to LeBron James rookie season game and walked around the city. I then also hosted a work event there probably about 8 years ago and it was that Indians game. Then we walked around downtown, and it's actually it's a really cool city because you can just walk from everything. You know, obviously know quite a few people in Cleveland. My sister takes her kids there. They live right outside Pittsburgh, but you know, they're big. Her son's a big Cavs fan just because it's one of the closest NBA teams to Pittsburgh. So they're actually going up this weekend to see J. Cole. So shout out to Cleveland and J. Cole visiting Cleveland. And my sister will be there. But yeah, Cleveland's actually a pretty cool city. I mean the Browns.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I got a few words about the Browns that we won't talk about on TV here, but yeah, it's a cool city.
We're getting there.
Was that game you at 1989, Pete? Do you think that was 1989?
It had to be 89 or 90. 12-9 was the final score.
So I got a 1989 16-13 game. Broncos versus the Browns in Cleveland Municipal Stadium.
Yeah, that was it. That had to be it. Maybe there was a touchdown.
So 16, Matt Barr kicked the game-winning field goal, 48-yard field goal as time expired. aided by
I was literally going to say Matt
position
Barr.
reversal. Yep.
I was literally going to say Matt Barr. I should have said, because then he wound up winning a Super Bowl with the Giants on January 27th, 1991. Whitney Houston sang the Star Spangled Banner, I believe, in the Great Sombrero, Big Sombrero of Tampa. We won't talk about that one either, I guess, for consideration for the Buffalo Bills fans. But yeah, Matt Barr. Should have said it.
Yeah. Yeah. That
It was definitely, I thought it was 12-9. But yeah, but I do remember the field goal was kicked right in front of us. So I was sitting, I watched it go from right to left. So wherever that was.
Yeah. So fun fact about this game is very wild. The officials actually reversed the direction of the play in the fourth quarter to move the Broncos huddle away from dangerous flying debris near the dog pound, which ended up giving Matt Barr the wind to his back for the game winner. So they literally switched into the field because the dog pound was throwing so much stuff at the I mean, that's the most Cleveland story I've ever heard.
I just remember it being super rowdy, thinking this Broncos fan, first I'm like, wow, how did they let him in? I didn't think they would let anybody but Cleveland fans in here. And I'm like, this guy's going to die. So this is all checking out except for my 12-9 score. I knew it was a field goal to win it. And I knew it was Matt Barr. And I knew it was 1989?
89, October 1st.
6 years old I was.
That's crazy. I was trying to think of my first sporting event. I'm pretty confident it was a Pittsburgh Pirates game. I remember going to the old Three River Stadium with my dad, checking that out. The other game, I don't think it was my first, but this is another thing that I hate to actually admit to anybody, was I went to a Pitt Panthers game, football game against the Miami Hurricanes at the old Pitt Stadium. And for those who are from Pittsburgh area, the old Pitt Stadium was like downtown. Just a nightmare to get down into. I mean, you could never have a stadium down there these days. But my mom had dropped us off, went back to my grandparents' house. Me and my dad at this game. Miami starts beating them. I mean, they're up by like 60 points. It's like second quarter, third quarter. And I just remember my dad, and he was the kind of guy he was kind of rooting for Pitt back then. I've converted him to WVU now for the backyard brawl. But back then, he was kind of a Pitt guy a little bit. He obviously grew up there. I didn't have any ties to WVU until me and my sister went there. But he was kind of a Pitt guy, so he's the kind of guy like Steelers are getting beat, TV's going off, he's going to mow the grass. So this game's like a 60-point blowout, and I just remember we're leaving. We're leaving. We walk outside to go to find a payphone because this is, 90s, maybe 80s. And he calls my grandparents' house, was like, hey, tell Linda, my mom, tell her to come pick us up. And my grandma goes, she's already on the way. Because she knew from watching the game on TV that my dad was going to leave. And sure enough, she picked us up at the spot we had picked out to pick us up like 10 minutes later. And it was just like she was already en route. So I don't think that was technically my first game. That was just one of those memories. Again, I'll always remember it was my dad making us leave this football game. And it felt like it just started. And then he's like, we're leaving. And I'm like, why? So it was fun to watch Pitt get beat. Never gets old. But anyway, but that was, like I said, I'm excited to make those memories with my kids. I think they're at the perfect age now, being 5, 6.5. Like I think, they're going to really remember this and going to the first Pirates game. So again, praying for great weather. And then the third day we'll get to go celebrate my dad and watch a little Capitol High soccer too. So I mean, what a 3 days! Training camp, Pirates game, Capitol High soccer. I mean, and then we're back to reality. But excited for that. Maybe we'll film some on location stuff along the way.
Cool.
But I know we're getting close to time, but I do want to show, I guess, kind of my card of the week because I am very excited about this. And actually, the mailman just dropped it off about an hour ago. Not currently for sale on Raleighwood Hobby Family, may never be for sale on Raleighwood Hobby Family, to be quite honest. This is what I would consider somewhat of an investment piece / one of the coolest cards I've ever seen in my life. So here we go. Let me see if I can get a good light on this card. See this, but this is a special collab that Topps did last year. So there was a Tokyo series of baseball games you may remember from 2025, so last season, a bunch of baseball team. They played over in Tokyo for some games. And Topps did a collab with, I'm drawing a blank on his name, Takashi Murakami. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. I tried to get that right. Just very well-known artist. He's designed album covers for Kanye West, quite a few hip-hop artists, but I mean, just a very, very popular artist. So they went together with him and Topps, Fanatics, and Complex, kind of create this. You can see he's very known for having floral patterns. I mean, just incredible. So Shohei Ohtani, Tokyo Series PSA 10. Not the most expensive card in the world, but also definitely not the cheapest. I'd say I'd put this in my top 5. I'll give you a little guess on what you think this thing is going for right now.
It's gorgeous.
I've made a good decision as time goes on or not. I mean, it's a beautiful card. I just can't quit looking at it. I mean, I love it.
I'm glad you're showing it to me while it's in bloom. Are those orchids?
I was trying to see if it said on the back. I want to say they might be cherry blossoms, is my guess.
Cherry blossom. Oh God, it was right freaking there.
But I'm not positive. That's what I was literally reading the back to see if it mentioned that.
Cherry blossom.
But he's known, if you look him up, he's very known for flowers and doing stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, there was a big chase card that actually had the artist autograph and Ohtani's autograph. I mean, that's probably like, I'm not even joking, like $1 million card probably. I don't even know if anyone even pulled that. But that was like the big one. So this isn't like the top of the card that people were looking for. But this is obviously one of the big ones, being Ohtani. But yeah, I mean, even the products, they had limited distribution through locations in Tokyo. But yeah, it's he's worked with Billie Eilish. He's worked with a lot of people. He's pretty well known. But very cool card. What do you think a card like that runs on the streets these days, Pete?
I love Billie Eilish, by the way. So really that other card was $1 million.
I don't know back, but the dual autograph with Ohtani and this very famous Japanese artist I don't know if it even got pulled. That was the big card. I'm actually gonna look that up while you're
$639.
Wow, you were very close, sir. I paid, I think, $701. So you're just above that.
I was gonna say $704 until I changed it.
You're getting better at this game. So yeah, it's about a
$704.
700. There's actually been a couple that have sold for a few bucks extra than that, but I mean, that's just a card that I honestly will probably go in the safe, and that one that might just get passed down to my kids, just because one, it's so cool, and two, it's Ohtani, and I don't think the Ohtani market's going to slow down ever. And the fact that again it has that relation with the Japanese artist as well on top of it with Murakami. So yeah, now you got me looking to see if that one card ever did get pulled, because if it did, I guarantee it went for. So yeah, I was way off.
Waffle House gift cards.
No, there's no way that this is that the right number.
Cherry blossom.
So I have a picture of said card that I was talking about, and the caption that pulled up for it, I don't know if this is a guess or if this actually, I don't know, but someone's calling it an $11 million card. But I don't think that's the right one. No, that's not. They're talking about the one that just, no, wait, hold on a second. That's wild. Yeah, I don't know if that's the right card. Either way, that's going to be a massive pull if it got pulled. I'll double check that and get back to you on that, because there's another big Ohtani card that did go for $11 million recently, and I think it's the internet's little AI browser here is getting those two cards confused. But I do want to kind of see what that is. That was also a dual auto that went for just crazy amounts that had one of the patches. But yeah, no, $11 million Ohtani card that just got pulled recently is just wild. That's a life changer. So write that down.
Crazy. I did. Okay. I don't know. Anyway.
So anyway, now we're getting close to time. We're a little over, trying to keep this. Got down at the bottom. What was your first sporting event as a kid? Let us know in the comments. I mean, seriously, I know it's just kind of cliche, but I can't mean enough. Like, we want to interact with people. Thanks to my boy Lincoln. I saw you making some comments last week. He loved our comment about kind of looking back at where you were 10 years ago, and then thinking about how proud of yourself like in this day and age. And I guess that resonated with him. Shout out to Lincoln. Glad you're paying attention, bro, and listening to the show. But yeah, I mean, let us know in the comments. What's your first sport as a kid? What was some of your core memories? I mean, give us something to talk about. You know, you guys make some comments.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it here on the show. We'll give. We love to hear from everybody. Obviously, like and subscribe. Pete, you want to say it real quick? You want to give the
please like and subscribe, guys.
Yeah,
thanks.
It's not hard. I don't even care if you watch the show. Just like and subscribe.
Just
like and
click,
subscribe
dude.
and move on with your day.
You can
Just a couple
scroll
clicks.
for hours.
It helps. It helps us with the algorithms. We're learning about algorithms because we don't know what we're doing. In case anyone's new to the show, we have literally been podcasting for maybe a month. We don't know what we're doing, but I do know liking and subscribing in the comments help the algorithm. So if you like the fatherhood, just show us a little love. Just go click the button. Turn off the episode. We don't care. Yeah, but no, in all seriousness, though, we do appreciate everyone listening. It's been fun. I think with that, Pete, I think this wonderful episode, this has been a fun one. I think this has been one of my most fun episodes.
Yeah.
I think we're getting a little bit better at this thing.
Yeah, let's let the people go. We love you. You out here? Mad love.
That's good.